Hello, everyone. Just really excited about where our squad is right now. Impressed with the learning curve of our young players. We have 17 underclassmen, 9 freshmen that are learning and they're acclimated, which is fantastic. And we're just learning a ton about our team. This past weekend was a tremendous challenge. We had number 25 Colorado come in on the Friday, and Northeastern, one of the best teams we played all season, yesterday. That's going to be an exact correlation to our conference play. So that's why we scheduled it. It was as much of a battle as we had expected, but really proud of the results. Obviously, yesterday. Being down 1-0 at half, I told the squad that I was really, really excited. At halftime, I was excited because we were going to learn something about ourselves. And the beauty about learning a lesson is when you're in control of the narrative, it's pretty awesome, right? So, what are we going to learn about ourselves today? Are we going to learn how to win? Are we going to learn how to come back from one goal? And then throughout the course of the second half, we had to do a couple different tests that we're going to have to be able to persevere through our conference and then into the NCAA. So just really excited. The players are bought in. They're doing all the right things on and off the field. They're paying attention to detail, and they're figuring out ways to win, and that's what we're here for. So we're excited.
Okay, we've got 2 microphones across the room.
How many young players you have. You wouldn't ordinarily think that would be indicative of a team that's going to be successful. So what do you think has changed this season?
Well, I think the young players are very talented. They come in with a very high soccer IQ. They've played at a lot of different levels from the national team and top clubs in the country. And I think our culture and our leadership this fall has been tremendous. We have four leaders that were chosen by the group, and they're really bringing those young players along. And I think that helps when you have talented players. That always helps.
Yeah, Danny, right here.
With one match to go, I guess, into a conference, do you feel confident where this team is at right now, or is there still some room to grow before the Iowa State match?
There's going to always be room to grow, and I know I've spoken and said this. We're 7-0, and I don't think we've played our best match yet. I thought this past weekend we put more minutes together than we have the entire fall thus far. So I'm pleased with that, but we can be better. We can do a lot of things just a little bit better, and the players are excited about that, and they realize that. But I'm making sure that they find joy in the moments that they should, and they need to be excited about the success they've had so far. But we're looking to be better than we are.
How much is 7-0 a byproduct of just your program growing up, establishing, that has been putting it in the barn for a while now?
Yeah, it's exactly that. You don't just build a program that has the ability to face adversity and continue to find ways to win overnight. It takes time, and it takes the culture. It takes having competitive fiber within that culture, and it's got to go from top to bottom, right? And from bottom to top, and it has to be a very cohesive unit. And I think now this fall, credit to all the players that have come through this program, the Abby Smiths, the Julia Dykes, the Lindsay Myers. I actually have been thinking about them a lot in the last day. They built the foundation. They took us through some tough times, some tough results when it could have went one way or the other, and now this young group is reaping the benefits of the foundation that they've laid.
Hey, Joaquin.
Has this start been a surprise for you guys, or the way last season started going toward the end? Did you know there was going to be a strong start to this year?
No, I think if any coach gets up here and tells you that they're going to know all the results, they're not they're not really telling the truth. But we're not surprised at all. The expectation is to win every match, and that was discussed with our squad at the beginning of preseason as we looked at every opponent that we're going to face, and we fully understand that the biggest game on our schedule is our next match. And I think this young squad is understanding that really, really well. They're not being complacent. They're not taking anything for granted. And most importantly, they're having respect for the game. This game can be really vicious. You can have the ball 80% of the time and lose on a counterattack. So you really, really have to pay attention to these types of details and persevere and close out games. And this group is doing that.
Bob?
Has maybe the most difficult thing for you over the last few years been that you felt like you were going in the right direction and you weren't seeing the results? Has that been maybe that your personally your biggest challenge over the last few years?
Yeah, well, I think I've seen the growth, every little step. I think results are byproducts of what's done and the work that's put in. So, if there's any tough times, I as the head coach, I'm the one that's going to bear all that and deflect it from my staff and the squad. And I think, I have to credit my staff. My staff has been fantastic also. But I was just mentioning earlier, last year was probably a year where I grew the most as a coach in my 18 years of coaching and all of my experience playing. That growing period for me is helping us today. And it's helped to show the players that we might not get a result and we might get knocked down, but we're not going anywhere. And there's this wonderful feeling of perseverance and excitement. And you're going to be hard pressed to find Ange Kelly to find a negative in anything. I think there's a positive in every single point of adversity that this world can bring you, and it makes me excited because I'm going to battle to the last second, and I think the team understands that and they feel that now as well.
Right here, Kirk.
Yeah, Angela, 5 different players scored winning goals this year. What kind of advantage is that? What kind of pressure does that put on other teams?
Well, I think it's, every week our staff, we talk about the opponent, right? And in training, we're worried about how we can put together and string together the most amount of minutes. If I was on the opposite side of the table and I'm thinking about how we organize against Texas, it would be a challenge. We have a lot of personalities and a lot of them being young. A lot of those players, the Sierra Hinsons, the Haley Bergs, they're drawing 2 and 3 players with them every single time they touch the ball. Well, that opens up space for Emily Stropower, for Alexa Adams, for Sydney Billups. Katie Glenn is having a tremendous start, and she's a fantastic player. So I just named 5 or 6 right there, but we get to put 11 on the field, right? So how do you close that down? I think that would be a challenge for other teams. And it's our job to make sure that we bring our personalities and those personalities shine, so we continue to make it difficult on our opponent. Okay.
Angela, you mentioned in your opening that the Northeastern match was kind of an indication of what you guys will see in Big 12 play. What do you mean by that?
Well, I think having a top 25 team on Friday and having a team that was ranked in the top 25 on a Sunday afternoon, that's going to be like playing Texas Tech in West Virginia, right? Lots of teams, lots of quality in our conference. So we schedule these types of weekends on the road and at home so that we can see a kind of combination that we would see during conference. And obviously I'm pleased with how they responded against a conference-like challenge this past weekend.
How's Chauncey Billups as a soccer dad?
Chauncey Billups is fantastic. We were texting last night. I sent him the little clip that we had sent to the team from LHN of the last 3 minutes of the match, and you're going to be hard pressed to find a more supportive father than Chauncey. He's all about his girls, and he has his daughters and his wife, and he lives every day for them. And he's in the stands, and he's supporting our whole program. He's going over to Coach Smart's training session. He spent some time out at the UT Golf Club. So he's invested in this community, and he's a tremendous father, tremendous support for his daughters and his wife.